So, before we get to the meat and bones and potatoes, let me give you a little. 2019 was the first time in which I started taking editing a little seriously. At that time, I'd gotten a brief from my friend LT, resident voiceover for all my projects, for what I think was our first ever project, and yeah, I think that project was what sort of set me on the road to where I am today. At the time, the only experience I had on video editing was all the slideshow type of stuff that I would do on Windows Movie Maker back in 2014, 2015. I think that was maybe 2013, 2012, That was the only experience I had of video editing up until that point. So imagine now in 2019, I'm trying to find Windows Movie Maker, because to me, at the time, that was the software, or that was the only thing I knew and how to edit on. So I had to do a little bit of research, finding out what there was or what the standard was at the time for video editing. So I stumbled upon my first video editing software, which was Shortcut. Yes, it was Shortcut, yes. So Shortcut was my, this is 2019. At that time, along with my first voiceover project, basically, that I was doing with LT, he was doing the voicing, obviously, and I'd do the editing. But along with that, I was doing a few editing projects for the school that I was at the time. And so a few months later, I bumped into VSDC Video Editor. Yeah, VSDC Video Editor, I kept that for 2019, right up until 2020. That is a great editing software that I'd recommend for anyone starting out who wants to get sort of their hands wet into editing, that type of thing. Mind you, to me, I had no idea of Adobe. I had no idea of it's Adobe, Filmora, well, the industry standards editing software. I had no idea of those, so I was finding my way up as I was going. So, and at the time, as a student, you can't really afford these expensive software. So when you search for these things, you search for best free. You always search for best free whatever. So best free editing software. That, or you hit the 7 C's. Fairly surprised when I bumped into Davinci Resolve by Blackmagic Design. I was like, okay, sure, there's the free version and then there's the studio version. And then with all the tutorials I'm going through, mind you, at the time, coming from VSDC to Davinci Resolve was a steep learning curve. Yeah, because like Davinci Resolve is an industry standard software. I was like, okay, cool. So it took me a little while. To make the full switch. So I do all the stuff that I was comfortable on VSDC, and then whenever I needed to do more complicated things like advanced title animations, I'd look through tutorials and do it on Davinci Resolve. And then at some point I was like, okay, cool, I just need to do the switch. And yeah, I think 2020 COVID struck, so I came back home from Joburg, and yeah, I was working on a bit of my own passion projects. I think I shot my first music video, it was in 2020, and I decided from then, Uguti, I think it just makes more sense to work full time on Davinci Resolve because it has all the bells and whistles. The point I was making initially, Uguti, generally if a software has a free version and a paid version, normally the free version would come as like some sort of tease where it's like a 7-day trial, 30-day trial, and then from there you'd have to switch to the premium version, you know, similarly to how when Netflix was booming, people would make multiple accounts, multiple emails so they could have perpetual 14-day trials. The free version of Davinci Resolve is feature-filled. There is nothing you can't pull off on the free version of Davinci Resolve. So the free version of Davinci Resolve has no trial period. There's nothing forcing you to upgrade to the studio version. It is basically packed with everything that you really need, especially if you're starting out, even at a professional level. Everything that you've seen from my socials, all the projects that I've worked on up until this point, up until this point, have all been done on the free version of Davinci Resolve. No cracks, nothing like that. It is feature filled. You get access to titles, the Fusion page, world-based color grading system, the works. For me, it's sort of a year in, 2 years in, I'm sort of starting to reach that ceiling of I needed this effect, but it's locked behind the studio version. It's like, okay, yeah, well, I started reaching that ceiling of the full capabilities of Davinci Resolve, and so yeah. So I think this is something Blackmagic needs to work on because it's still a bit of a nightmare. Particularly in my country, it's a little bit easier to get access to it because there are registered certified dealers that can get you access to the full version, to the studio version of Davinci Resolve. It's not as easy as going online, paying for the software, and then just getting your license. Bit my tongue. So it's not as easy as going online, going to the website, paying, and getting your license number emailed to you, and that's it. You kind of have to buy it from Blackmagic themselves. They ship it to you. I think that I had to experience was that $7,000 isn't cheap, especially when you are someone who's starting out and sort of building their business, building their brand, $7,000 isn't cheap. So you kind of tempted to look for specials, looking for deals, looking for someone who would sell it for you, who would sell it to you for cheap. Please be careful if you are looking into purchasing. The studio version of Davinci Resolve, purchase it only from the Blackmagic Design website. Go in there, select your country. They will link you with certified distributors of the product. Please, guys. Thing happened to me earlier this year, where I think it was in January. Earlier this year in January, it was $6,000 at the time. And so I'd found a dealer selling it on Take-A-Lot. So on Take-A-Lot, I saw it listed on Take-A-Lot, and it was listed for I think $4,000. I was like, ooh, $2,000 savings. So I'd ordered it, and as soon as it arrived, I unboxed it. Came in a plastic with a black USB. I was like, hey, your brother has been scammed. Luckily for me, I was able to return it. I was scrolling through Facebook today, saw on one of the Davinci Facebook groups I'm a part of, but someone was sold a defective version for half price. When they put in the serial number, there was like the serial numbers being used by someone else. So please be careful. Scams like that are very prevalent. So unfortunately, I don't know why it's not as streamlined as you would if you're purchasing Adobe Premiere. Yeah, well, but yeah. Yeah, shout out to the homies at Ohms. It's not sponsored. Okay. Got some bubble wrap. Some more bubble wrap. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. So when I ordered, it did not arrive. It did not arrive in a package like this. But yeah. Come down, boy. Come down. Relax. You're on camera. Guys, this thing is taking too long. Oh shit. Okay. Ha. Okay, guys. Hey, we finally did it. Okay, so a little discrepancy. This is the Davinci Resolve Speed Editor. If you order, there's a few products that if you order from Blackmagic, they come with the studio license. So as you can see on the box, includes Davinci Resolve Studio. So the license on its own costs about $7,000, but this keyboard comes with the license. Get this package for $9,000. Here we are. Oh, and then there's an envelope attached to the back. This is the tax invoice. I thought it'd be like a nice fancy letter saying welcome to the club. I don't know. Monisa sometimes. Okay. Okay, let's open this bad boy. Ufunela njani? Funa dibone. Okay. Okay. I should have done a proper camera setup so that you can see, but it's slapper. Okay. This boy is heavy. Oof. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the speed editor. John, it spins so smooth. Like Jay Savage, you better watch out, boy. Okay. So we get the thing and then get some welcome stuff, a welcome, and then leading the video in what revolution. Hey, bruh, okay, and then We've got some lekker stickers. Apple, eat your heart out. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the pièce de résistance, the creme de la creme, what we came here for. Davinci Resolve 18 Studio. So I have no idea. I have no idea what to expect. I haven't actually watched the unboxing, so I don't know how this thing is supposed to look like or what to expect. But this is the activation card. So this is basically a product activation key. And then it says on the back, when you first start Davinci Resolve Studio or Fusion Studio, enter the activation key below. Please keep this card in a safe place as lost cards or activation keys cannot be replaced. So at the back is your actual activation key along with the serial number. Yeah, well, and then yeah, that's just about it. And then it comes with your USB-C to C cable. And then yeah. So yeah, that's it for me for now. Any questions, anything you'd like to see, just ask there below the like button. And yeah, stay tuned for more content updates. And yeah, I will see you guys soon. Yeah, I have to go plug this in. Ciao.